It's a 9-second video causing uproar across America today. A beloved Sesame Place character, Rosita, appears to snub two little girls of color who reach out for a hug.
Imagine you was a Japanese person that people keep, imagine that racism was attached to being Japanese. That if you were Japanese, you had to face racism. How would that make you feel? It would make you feel defeated. Like, konnichiwa minasan, kyo desu. So there's been a viral video about a Sesame Street character supposedly being racist to some black children. It has blown up over the internet the past few days, and I figured I'd just give my reaction to it and then eventually give my thoughts at the end. So without further ado, ikimashou.
Now video eliciting a strong reaction. It shows two little girls watching a parade at the famed Sesame Place amusement park, and one of the characters appears to shun them. The furious mom of one of the girls posted the video alleging racism, while others say it was a misunderstanding. Now, as Les Trent reports, Sesame Place says what happened is not okay.
It's a 9-second video causing uproar across America today. A beloved Sesame Place character, Rosita, appears to snub two little girls of color who reach out for a hug. It happened at the Sesame Place theme park near Philadelphia. The mother of one of the girls was outraged. This disgusting person blatantly told our kids no, then proceeded to hug the little white girl next to us. Although you can't see that in the video, her post set off a firestorm on social media. Destiny's Child singer Kelly Rowland chimed in.
Had that been me, that whole parade would have been in flames. Like, are you serious?
MSNBC's Joy Reid says she received videos of similar incidents, including this one that appears to show Rosita breezing by a black child. This whole ignoring black children thing is a pattern with the Rosita character, she writes. The mom who posted this video spoke to CNN.
It was heartbreaking, and in the video you can also see how sad the children are.
Officials here at Sesame Place are claiming it was all an innocent misunderstanding and that the performer inside the Rosita costume is devastated by the controversy. Officials say the gesture that Rosita is making is actually her turning down another mom who wanted her to pick up her infant, which is not permitted.
Here's the video again, and there's that gesture of dismissal. What do you think? Sesame Place also claims the costumes sometimes make it hard to see at lower levels. What's it like inside one of those character costumes? Here's what a performer in an Elmo costume in Times Square can see.
It's really hard to see anything.
Sesame Place also announced they are giving extra training to performers to better understand, recognize, and deliver an inclusive, equitable, and entertaining experience.
Sesame Place also says they apologized to the families and invited them back to meet all of the characters.
Wow. This is a prime example of what I mean by how our current society is obsessed with racism and how black people seem to try to look for any opportunity to prove that America is a systemically racist place that hates blacks. Racism has become such hyper-stereotyped in our country that it's like everything we look at has to be racism. Sometimes it can't just be a misunderstanding, or maybe that person was a jerk, or maybe, you know, some other reason. It just has to be racism, which I'm sick of hearing, because it's like everything tied to being black has to be about oppression or racism. It annoys me. Second is that I remember I used to work at a fast food chain called Chick-fil-A, and there's some times where we had to put on a mascot suit. And I tell you, wearing those suits are extremely uncomfortable and your vision is impaired heavily. What I assume would happen, and I saw other examples of people showing that these suits, your vision, like you can't see below a certain way. So I'm assuming this person that was in this suit probably didn't see the kids. And if you look at the video, it looks like they're actually addressing someone in the back of the kids, not necessarily the kids themselves. But that person ended up missing the kids. And by the way, what if that person was a black person? You know what I'm saying? Obviously it doesn't seem like it, but what would happen if that person in that suit was black? But I've also heard other instances, like actually the mother of these children has been on TV and news stations complaining about this. And her lawyer basically said something along the lines of like, this experience is traumatizing for the kids. Now they'll always be known as the kids at Sesame Place who was rejected by this character. And then my first response was like, well, whose fault is that? It's the mother's fault, because she's the one who videotaped and posted on social media complaining about how this is racism and then told people to feel free to reshare this video. So obviously this mother wanted attention. So if anything, if the kids' lives are ruined, it's because it was the mom's fault for wanting to seek clout for a problem that wasn't even there. And it baffles me how society and these liberals have convinced black people that everything is racism. It's like literally they are attaching racism to the black experience. Imagine you as a Japanese person that people keep, imagine that racism was attached to being Japanese. That if you were Japanese, you had to face racism. How would that make you feel? It would make you feel defeated. Like, why can't we just talk about things that actually improve our image instead of always trying to victimize ourselves? But ultimately with this thing, the mother said that she's threatening to sue if they don't fire the person or they ignore this incident, whatever. And I'm like, man, there's so many other things you could be worried about instead of this. And I say this is embarrassing because it makes black people look weak. And I think it also helps with other races of people not wanting to interact with black people if they're gonna always be concerned about being accused of racism. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So if you guys like the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Honto, arigatou gozaimasu. Minna, kiyotsukete. Ja ne.